Oh fuck! I'm so drunk. I feel retarded. I'm fucking deep.
Just saying, sometimes you get a knock on the head, you get special powers. It happens all the time.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. Can't you dig it, sucker?
The game on the line, he will. 44 yards, Bass. No, he doesn't make it. Wide right. Wow. The two most dreaded words in Buffalo.
I'm talking to America here. Excuse me.
Oh yeah!
What's up? Welcome to Super Bowl weekend. Well, Super Bowl week, rather. It's not the weekend yet. Woo! We made it. This is the last week of football for the season. It's over after this. So safe break.
Watching the American Football League or whatever it is. It's something.
United Football League.
United. He said, "I ain't watching no G League."
Yeah, no, I'm not. No, dude, I tried last year when it was the XFL, and I couldn't.
There were some parts of the XFL that were fun, but
dude, we were gonna cover it and everything, and it was like, this sucks. I don't want to cover this.
The best XFL was like right before COVID. Did it launch like right before COVID and COVID killed it? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that but it had the beer snakes and all that.
That was cool as fuck. Then COVID killed it, and then they tried to bring it back, and it sucked.
Yeah,
I know how we can fix it. We can fix the United Football League. Let them take roids. I want to see it.
Hell yeah. A bunch of Hulk Hogans playing football. Totally. I'm about it. Anyway, sorry. We're off the rails already.
Super Bowl week.
Yeah. Okay, so for our listeners, this is going to be a pretty stacked podcast this evening. We've got a lot to discuss, plus we're like a multi-sport podcast currently. So there's a whole bunch of shit in the WWE that we're going to talk about too. But that's at the end of the podcast. We're not going to start this podcast with wrestling. It's fucking Super Bowl week, all right? We're going to talk about some goddamn football. So before anything, I'm going to rattle off an entire list of headlines. So how we're going to do this segment basically is I'm going to rattle off the headlines, and if we want to discuss one of them, just, stop me, and then we'll discuss it. Because there's like an entire bunch of them. It's a lot of coordinator hires. I think the first big one, since we aired on Tuesday, Jim Harbaugh signed with the Chargers for $16 million a year. He's bringing with him his defensive coordinator from Michigan, Jesse Minter. Tom Brady's going to be replacing Greg Olsen on Fox. They're going to put Olsen on the B team, so we're going to see Tom Brady this year calling games.
Woo!
I saw a great comment about that. Someone was bitching about it. It was a Panthers fan. You could tell by the profile picture. And he the guy said, "Shouldn't you be used to getting fucked by Tom Brady now?"
Ah, fuck. Texans offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick signs an extension, so he's not going anywhere. Teddy Bridgewater retired. Dolphins are hiring ex-Packers defensive coordinator Joe Barry as a defensive assistant coach. They're also hiring Anthony Reaver as a defensive coordinator. Rex Burkhead retired today. I think that was one of the.
He was a fantasy fucking legend when he was in his prime. Rex Burkhead, bro. PPG fucking god.
What do you call it? Giants hire Shane Bowen as defensive coordinator. Eagles are designated as one of the teams for the Brazil game that starts the year next year.
I do want to talk about that one a little bit.
All right.
How funny is it going to be watching these fraud-ass Eagles and their fans start shit with some real fucking crazy-ass Brazilians? You think people in Philly are fucking crazy? Have you fucking met Brazilians? Fucking the people in Philly are altar fucking choir boys compared to the fucking people in Brazil. They will kill the players, and there's historic evidence that they have literally murdered referees. So like, I want to see these Philly fans that do travel out. I hope to God they're on their best behavior out there.
Aren't they the guy that threatened or like killed the soccer player that fucking?
Yeah.
That's multiple South American countries, if we're being honest.
That is true, but Brazil is like the epicenter of sports crime.
Oh yeah, you could just picture. You get fucking Tommy and Donnie coming down from South Philly to go to fucking Brazil. They're hanging out on the beach, drinking a fucking coconut drink. Hey yo, Donnie. Look at this fucking queer in his Speedo. All loud as shit. And then they get murdered.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. The way you just said, I'm dead. That's getting clipped.
I
But in the Philly group,
Brazilian Cowboy fans. That's what's really gonna Brazilian Cowboy fans versus some of these native Philly people. Someone's gonna die, and the NFL's never gonna come back.
wait, there's Brazilian Cowboy fans?
There might be.
There's Cowboys fans all over the fucking world. You know it. Where do you think all those fucking shirts go? Those NFC champion shirts.
I thought it was Africa.
No, they go to South America. Mexico's right there.
Go all around.
So who do you guys think Africa's picking in the Super Bowl? Do you think they're picking Detroit or Baltimore?
Baltimore. I would think Baltimore. I think they're very excited about the.
I don't know. Those
bird.
fucking African motherfuckers love lions. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Fuck this show, dude. Holy shit.
Demonetized in the first 5 minutes.
13.
We were never gonna get ads. The only way we get ads is from we're gonna be doing fucking Fleshlight ads, doing fucking
Manscaped.
Fucking. Well, I mean, Bud Light looks pretty desperate right now, so maybe fucking little Budweiser ad.
Oh fuck, dude, that was awesome. All right. Let me get. Oh shit, man. Let me keep it moving. Le'Veon, we're gonna just stop on this one too.
And
Le'Veon
news is boring.
Le'Veon Bell is attempting to. He wants to attempt an NFL comeback,
But only with the Steelers.
Only interested
Or
in
the
playing
Jets.
with
No,
the
go back to the
Steelers.
Jets and Aaron Rodgers. He totally has this. Nothing can go wrong twice, right?
Oh, we'll get to the Jets. Don't worry.
Raiders hire Luke Gatsby as defensive coordinator. Zay Flowers was fined almost $11,000 for the taunt in the AFC Championship game he made.
Jesus Christ! Not only did you blow up your fucking game, but you get fined $11,000.
I mean, he should have been fined for the fumble a couple plays later.
That's stupid, yeah.
Commanders hire Cliff Kingsbury and Joe Witt Jr. as their coordinators. Seahawks hired Leslie Frazier as assistant head coach. So definitely didn't go to Miami. Bucks Ryan Jensen retired. He was the center over there. They also hired Liam Cohen as the offensive coordinator. Titans hire Nick Foles as offensive coordinator. Patriots hire Alex Van Pelt as offensive coordinator. Commanders hire Dan Quinn as head coach.
That is so dumb. We gotta stop. We gotta stop with Washington. There's a lot of shit going on there that's hilarious. I fucking love this shit now where like the whole like NFL corporate media is like all at the same time trying to like destroy Ben Johnson's whole fucking reputation. And he's like, the only shit he said was, yeah, I went to the interview and it was all basketball people, so I said no. He's not wrong.
I read that in our chat too, and I was like, there ain't no way he said that for real.
Didn't he say he walked in, it was like Magic Johnson was in there? Fuck.
Yeah, dude, it was all basketball people. It was the shit we were saying before. Like, I think the Commanders legitimately forgot how to football when they changed their name.
I mean, if I was walking in for a head coach job and I seen that, I would figure I'm walking in for the wrong sports head coaching job.
Yo, I draw Pitts blitz packages, not pick and rolls, bro. Like,
and then like I don't get it. So you got, let's just like take, because they were like the last team to hire a dude, right? And so you got on the board, you got Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel, Pete Carroll, and you go with Dan Quinn.
No. So let's talk about that. Bill Belichick doesn't get a job because he wants to take over a front office. Mike Vrabel doesn't get a job because the entire front office is afraid that he might eat them. Like, which I have to just say right now is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life when it comes to the Mike Vrabel thing. Like,
football coach is too intimidating. Pass.
That's definitely not what we want for our,
not how you run
our football
a basketball operation, okay? We didn't want no elite football people in our basketball team, okay? We got to win the fucking NBA championship this year.
Yeah, they're going to be going in the combine and be like, well, we're thinking about maybe let's, we got Cliff Kingsbury. Let's try to make a big move. Let's trade up to number 1. All right, Caleb, how good is your fadeaway?
Can you jump shot?
Do you think you'd work well with Embiid?
If I told you to make 50 free throws, how many would you make?
Oh, no, dude.
I can't state how happy I am to have these 2 bumblefuck franchises in front of me in the draft. I'm so happy. I don't even care who they pick. I'm like, I just know. I don't even care if we don't pick a quarterback. Whatever it is, it'll be better than what those 2 fucking idiots do.
I mean, and granted, I know us New Englanders, we're going to get a quarterback, and there's enough quarterbacks available in the draft that at number 3, we're still going to get a good one.
They might not, honestly. I mean, because if you don't like the dude that's left, don't fucking take him.
Neither of them are going to pick a quarterback. That's what's going to happen somehow.
Watch them pull a defensive tackle.
No. Then all right.
James.
Remember fucking the Commanders go up to the podium with the 2nd overall pick? We select Dwayne Wade. They're gonna...
You're giving them too much credit. They don't deserve a player as good as Wade.
No, they don't.
They'll probably pick somebody else who's a little bummy.
Draymond Green, linebacker, San Francisco.
Yo, for real, you know what? That's probably a draft pick for them. They probably went after the last thing that Draymond did. They were probably in his inbox like, so how would you feel about...
With the 2nd pick in the NFL draft, the Washington Commanders select Nate Robinson at offensive tackle.
Oh, man.
Okay, so to round off the news, Packers hire Boston College head coach Jeff Hafley as defensive coordinator, and Carl Weathers died. He was 76.
Rest in peace,
All right.
Chubbs.
Rest in peace, Chubbs.
It's all
Or I forget his name in The Mandalorian, but for those who watch him in The Mandalorian, you know, whatever his name was there too.
So I'll get to NBA, WWE when we get to the NBA and WWE sections.
I just I love this time of the year where like these teams hire people that if NFL fans are being honest with themselves, they know nothing about. And they're all like, why the fuck would you hire this guy? Be like, I don't know. Do you even know who that is?
Yeah, there was a lot of names here that I was like, who the fuck?
Yeah, I agree. But at least we can agree that when you hire people from a different sport, it's probably not a great move.
Yeah.
You know that much.
I want to know what Magic Johnson knows about football. On some real shit. I really want to know.
He might know more than you think.
Yeah, but
that guy, he's been around for a long time, you know. And how long has he been invested into the Washington team?
Yeah, but what? Because I just want to know.
He's gonna walk into Dan Quinn's office and be like, why aren't you running more zone? And be like, the defense is doing its best job. He goes, no, the fucking offense. Why don't you got him doing the triangle drills out there?
More suicides, please.
All right, so we have got this matchup that we did not want. But we have it, and it's here. It's the Chiefs and the Chargers. They're already, or the Chiefs and the Niners, not the Chargers. The Chargers
what
fucking
universe
wish.
are you living in?
Chargers fucking wish they were here. No, the Chiefs and the Niners. Excuse my
That was
flub
an
there.
impossible Super Bowl matchup right there.
No, that was a dream matchup for anybody in San Diego.
No, that would never happen.
Anyway,
That would never happen. They're both AFC in the same division.
that's what I'm saying. It would be fantasy matchup for everybody in San Diego, given that they're in Los Angeles. Anyway, Niners and Chiefs. That's our Super Bowl matchup that we didn't ask for, that nobody really wanted. How the fuck are we feeling about this?
I think it'll be fun.
I feel like San Francisco's going to take this. I think everybody's going to sleep on Purdy, and I think Christian McCaffrey is going to eat up that horrible Kansas City run defense, what Baltimore should have done. We're going to basically see everything that Baltimore should have done in this game. I believe Shanahan's going to run McCaffrey right down their fucking throats.
You know, I want to agree with you, but everybody has said that they were going to run through the Chiefs and haven't.
Well, they
Like,
didn't fucking
literally
try.
everybody.
They didn't fucking try. Miami didn't fucking try. Buffalo kind of tried, and then Baltimore definitely didn't fucking try.
And what does San Francisco have that those teams don't have? They have the number one fucking running back. And then you have Debo Samuel, who acts as a running back. So they're going to have these two guys fucking piggybacking each other, fucking beating up the Kansas City run defense. That's absolutely horrible.
If they haven't, they haven't. To Brendan's point, he says they haven't been tested. I think they've just been strong enough to make running a not a great idea. But either way, we saw two run dominant offenses and the Bills, which is like a high. Yeah, no, they're fucking run dominant offense too.
Well,
Josh
in
Allen
that
runs.
game, the Bills ran the fuck out of the ball on them. They just did a bunch of really dumb shit at the end of the game.
Yeah, the last 4 drives, the Bills kind of shit the bed. They all of a sudden stopped. They forgot how to play football in the last 4 drives or last 4 plays.
Do we think that the Niners just like what if the Bucks do the fucking Niners what they did to the Ravens on first downs and fucking eat you for fucking 6 yards? Do they abandon the run then too?
No. Kyle Shanahan is total, and he's a smart coach, and smart coaches know you can still run the ball on 2nd and 10. You can still do it because would you rather? And this is why I fucking hate these nerds, bro. I fucking hate these nerds. They're ruining football. So if you have let's just think through this for a second, you fucking nerds. You have 2nd and 10, right? So you drop back. You're like, okay, let's do some fucking cute little slant route. Okay, so it gets deflected. It's incomplete. Now you got 3rd and 10. Or you can take your really fucking good running back. I don't know, get 4 fucking yards. Then you have 3rd and manageable. Then you have a chance to move the fucking chains. Because I'm not sure if you nerds realize this, but the goal in football is to move the ball down the field and then score a touchdown.
So we're not banking on the Bucks at all. Just brain freezing and saying, fuck.
Because it's Shanahan and it's McCaffrey. And it's a system that can be usually hard to break, and I don't think Andy Reid is coaching enough to go against Shanahan like that. I actually think I was trying to look this up the other day. If somebody can look it up, since I can't right now, I was trying to see what Reid's record against Shanahan has been, because that's another big factor right there. That's something to take into consideration, because Andy Reid sometimes against some of these really good coaches, he struggles. We can't forget that.
That, and one thing that like people have forgotten about Andy Reid because they're either new to football or whatever the fuck, is if you guys remember Philly Andy Reid or Alex Chiefs Andy Reid, this dude is one of the worst people with clock management I've ever seen in my life. He has made some dumb decisions, but it's like they're kind of equal in that way because Kyle Shanahan's the guy, 28-3, that whole thing. So who knows?
So actually, Andy Reid and Kyle Shanahan,
they're tied, aren't they?
No, they are. This is their 4th time meeting in a Super Bowl against each other.
Yep.
And the last 3 went Andy Reid's way.
What were the games?
And
what teams? If you can give me the years, I can figure it out.
Give me a sec. Trying to look for 4th head coach rematch. Oh, never mind. This is the 4th head coach rematch, not the 4th time that they've seen each other. Never mind. I gotta relook at that. this one worded that one weird. This is the fourth time that two coaches are rematching against each other in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. I was like, when the fuck? Because I know they had 2020, but I was trying to think, like, what Eagles team made it to the Super Bowl, which I think the only one they did was fucking McNabb. I don't think Reed was there for McNabb.
Andy Reid versus Kyle Shanahan. I'm trying to look for their record against each other, but I'm not seeing it.
Well, that's hard because Andy Reid's been a head coach for a long time, but Shanahan's only been a head coach with the Niners. So you'd have to like look at like what teams he was a coordinator on. Like he was with Atlanta for a while, Washington, and those are both in the NFC. So maybe there's an overlap when he plays with the Eagles. I don't know. You think someone would put that together for the Super Bowl, but as we all know, these people suck in the media. They don't care about these things. Fucking nerds.
These fucking assholes.
Well, either way, putting my money in San Francisco's corner.
Okay, well, how about this stat? The head coach that wins the first meeting in the Super Bowl matchup is 3-0 in the second meeting. So history is on Andy Reid's side.
To a certain extent. You should take a look at the records of people wearing white away uniforms versus colored home uniforms. And the 49ers are away wearing white. And that is overwhelmingly a favorite. I would know, and this is like, you're going to hate me even saying this, but like, just from how many fucking Super Bowls I watched my team in, every time they wore a fucking blue uniform, I was like, we're going to fucking lose. And they did.
Fuck! Were they wearing blue for the perfect season thing?
Yes, they were.
Oh.
And you know, when the last time the Chiefs lost in the Super Bowl to Tom Brady, would you venture to guess what color uniform they were wearing? They were wearing the Reds.
They're Reds, huh? Oh no. Oh no.
This is just like this is just a tough matchup to pick. I fucking hate that I even have to pick the game. Again, you're gonna hate me, Monkey, for saying this shit, but like, just because of how dumb this statement's gonna sound to you, but like, when my team is not in the Super Bowl, like that's a sentence normal NFL fucking fans say. When my team's not in the Super Bowl, I don't pick. I just watch it, and it's fun. But
for the sake of UFA.
For the sake of UFA, I don't know.
Now we're here in a podcast, so you kind of have to.
Fuck. I would edge towards the 49ers, and I'm basing this just off betting markets. San Francisco opened as a slight favorite. They opened as a 3-point favorite. And all the public's betting on the Chiefs. Everyone's, gobble Mahomes' dick. Stroking off Andy Reid. And they brought the line down. So people are thinking, like, oh, it's just a pick 'em. But
now, what if we watch this game and we see the birth of Brock Purdy becoming Patrick Mahomes' own version of Eli Manning?
No. Let me tell you something. If Brock Purdy wins this game, he is so fucking. That would be insane. To go from Mr. Irrelevant to Super Bowl champion in 2 years.
I'm gonna throw up what happens.
I'd fucking love to see it. I would love to see that shit. I love that shit.
That would be great. Shit. He should be the comeback player.
Comeback GOAT, dude.
Yeah, of the
Are you
decade,
serious?
of a lifetime, of a century.
Mr. Irrelevant to UCL in the fucking NFC Championship to Super Bowl win. And that's your 3 years in the league. Like that. My worry, though, with that, and I've seen it all up and down with with Brock Purdy because I got the NFL Network on a lot. And Media Day is doing great. This kid looks like he is suffering from the worst case of imposter syndrome I've ever seen.
It's true, but think about all the great quarterbacks, man. Did any of those motherfuckers look like they should be the greatest athlete on the field? No. Quite the opposite. Let's just go through. Hey, let's just start off with Tom Brady, Mr. fucking soccer dad. You got fucking
Patrick Dad Bod Mahomes.
Yep. Patrick Dad Bob Mahomes. We got fucking dirt face Eli, big ass forehead Peyton Manning, Drew Brees.
Hey, let's also take into consideration too. Going into another sport, you look at the NBA. Some of the greats over there, when they came into the league, nobody expected them to be the greatest. You know what I mean?
Clyde Drexler looked like he was 50 his entire career.
All I have to say, I just have to say his name, and Larry Bird, bro. Did anyone think Larry Bird was about to fucking win 20,000 championships? No.
Hey, nobody thought Michael Jordan was going to do what he did when he came into the league.
Nah,
nobody wanted him.
There was inklings of that coming.
Yeah, no, but when you look at it, like he was like in high school, nobody wanted him on the team. Like, I think he struggled after that, and then like when he came into the NBA and finally got his chance, that's when everybody was like, "Holy shit, look at this guy!"
Fucking Luka.
Sometimes
Jokic,
the greatest
dude.
players.
That motherfucker don't even
jump.
The first couple years, they don't do anything.
Joker looks like a total prototype champion, dude.
No, that's an MVP.
But Brock Purdy he looks like he's got imposter syndrome. He looks like, holy shit, like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like,
watching him through the playoffs, like, there's improvement in his play, though. We all can't deny. I know we all like to rag on Brock Purdy and Mr. Irrelevant and shit like that, but when you go back and you scan through this year, I know everybody keeps highlighting the bad out of him, but there are improvements in his play. There's a lot of improvements into his play.
Like, one thing I noticed with this San Francisco team compared to years past,
Samuel being on the field is a huge improvement.
Yeah, but like, dude, you got to look back at like the history of what San Francisco's been for the last 5 years, and the look on them has been like they can't play from behind for shit. And then you go through this whole playoffs, and Brock Purdy had some bad moments in the playoffs, but when it was money down, and it was the fourth fucking quarter, he delivered. Like that's a clutch gene, and you don't know if players have it until they're put in that situation, so it's impossible to tell if it's coming or not. But you go back and watch those highlights before the Super Bowl, and you'll see, man, this dude's fucking clutch.
He's no Zach Wilson, I can tell you that.
I also think he's got a good support system in that team. I think that team's... First off, that team is fucking hungry. Like,
Yeah, you've also got Nick Bosa hyping him up a lot, too. Nick Bosa's kind of been on his ass.
And Debo too. Debo gets fucking... He lights the entire locker room's ass up.
I can only imagine what McCaffrey's doing to them.
Debo, black fucking Air Force Energy Samuel.
Well, that's what, like, I love that we talk about this kind of shit on our show because, like, I've tuned out the fucking media during Super Bowl week for a long time. Because it just becomes the shit where it's like, which quarterback is better? I'm like, bro, there's 53 motherfuckers on each team about to play in this game. It ain't that simple. Like, we've seen teams for the last 20 fucking years that, like, you look at their quarterback and they're like, well, how the fuck did that happen? But you look at the rest of the team, it's like, no shit. I mean, you look at, like, the Blake Bortles run to the AFC Championship. Nick Foles winning a fucking Super Bowl. Going back to, like, even, like, Big Ben when he was younger, like he wasn't good.
They were making shrines in his fucking locker room.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Boys, everyone makes great points. But
go ahead.
The Chiefs are the defending champs. Until someone fucking beats them, you can't bet against them.
Yes,
they keep
you can.
getting away with it.
That shit don't matter.
Away with it. And they got the Taylor Swift on their side. So, like, there's already, like, it's just, you can't stop it.
Look, as much as you say that, just speaking from experience, ain't none of the shit that happened last year fucking matters at all. You could have been the greatest goddamn team like the world has ever fucking seen, and then you lose to Eli Manning. Like, this shit happens. This shit happens. And I refuse to be like one of these people that's like, oh, I have to bet on the Chiefs. And like in my heart, I'm like, yeah, the Chiefs has a good chance to win, and I probably would pick them. But out of spite for all the fucking dick riding, I'm like, no, I'm going with the 49ers.
I mean, okay, so I'm kind of halfway in between both of what both of you are saying. My heart says the 49ers because that's the team that I feel deserves to win this game.
Yeah, like my heart was with the Lions, but then reality set.
And I think also they are the on paper better team. Like, if I pull up Madden right now, the 49ers probably, I don't know this for sure, probably have a better rating than the Chiefs do. So
they're better in the places that matter. Core. Well, it goes beyond that though. Like, they're better for me in a lot of places that matter in this matchup specifically. The Chiefs have, let's be honest, their tackles do dumb shit. Their tackles do really dumb shit, and they hold a lot. So, and now they got to deal with Bosa and fucking Chase Young. Good luck. And then, okay, so you say, okay, so they're not strong outside receiving. Neither is the 49ers cornerbacks. That's kind of a wash. And you say, okay, well, that's great. The Chiefs can attack over the middle of the field with their tight end and their running back. But I don't know if you've seen the linebackers like Fred Warner that play on the 49ers, and that's pretty fucking tough. And then you look at the Chiefs' defense. Yeah, sure, they're elite, tops in the league, pass coverage. But I don't think that's going to matter too much when the 49ers game plans are basically old school fucking West Coast, man. They're going to run the ball a shitload of times, then they're going to bootleg and run levels. It's not complicated, but they're just so fucking good at it that it doesn't matter. So it's
so playing the devil's advocate on this, because that's what I hate to bring Madden up to make the point. I'm just saying, on
very
paper,
very Miami thing right here.
On paper, they're a better team, just on all around facet. Except for, and this is a big thing, and you hate to hear it because it's a trope, but it's in a game like this a huge difference. Quarterback.
Historically, yes, but look at the numbers for this season. They're pretty comparable.
On top of that, in specific, the quarterback this guy's going up against, this is Patrick Mahomes. I've been here before. I've faced adversity the entire year to get here. I'm here with literally the worst team I've ever had in my life. I was supposed to be dead in week 8. It's really hard to ignore how the Chiefs got here, because they got here through every single team we thought was going to beat them, except for the Dolphins. We all called the Dolphin game a wash. But the Bills were supposed to beat them. The fucking Ravens were supposed to wax them. And yet, like a fucking Texas cockroach, they crawl right from under the boot, and they're right here right now. Is
Kadarius Toney playing?
Okay, but both of those last two teams that you mentioned against the Chiefs, both fucked up in their own right. Buffalo fucked up because in the last 4 downs they forgot how to play fucking football and they ruined the fucking game that was in their hands. And Baltimore decided that, hey, we're going to go against the team with one of the worst run defenses and we're going to run the ball 6 fucking times.
That's valid, but we keep hearing that about Chiefs games. Chiefs games. And I've heard it all season.
Maybe it's not really.
Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe
This team wouldn't lose. This team wouldn't lose if if the Chiefs would have fucking lost this. If the Bills didn't fumble 3 times, the Chiefs would have lost this if the Dolphins ran the ball more. The Chiefs would have lost this if the Ravens ran the ball more. The Chiefs would have lost this if the Eagles would have played better. It seems like every time the Chiefs were supposed to lose, it's because the other team sucked. So something that the Chiefs are doing. Happened. So something to me spells a pattern. That to me says something that the Chiefs are doing is fucking the other team up so bad that they underperform against them.
The other team.
What did the Chiefs do to make fucking Tyler Bass kick it wide right?
I don't think that had anything to do with any. I think that was more the ghost of Scott Norwood.
What did the Chiefs have? What did the Chiefs have to do with Lamar Jackson going doo-doo brain and throwing into blatant triple coverage?
Create the
wasn't
triple
in the
coverage
script for him to go off.
Know what this whole shit reminds me of? And I hate to cross sports. Bro, this is the fucking Heat from last year. You got Jimmy Butler basically putting the whole team on his back, going on a Linsanity run, and then running into a stacked ass team in the finals.
But we were supposed to beat Boston. You know?
I'm just glad we didn't fuck that up.
Yeah, I'm super glad we didn't fuck that up. Because we're probably not going to get the same chance this year.
Just to stick on this, since we already crossed over, the moment that we went to Game 7, I'm like, we lost the finals, even if we win this. Because I'm like, if we're barely scraping by this series, the Nuggets were just so hungry.
Murder us.
Jokic was so ready to just beat us into the ground.
We were in the way of him and horses and beer. There was no hope.
Yeah, we were a bye week to them by the time we got there. Like they said thanks for the finals.
We were a minor inconvenience. We were an obstacle in the way of the airport that he was trying to get to. Yeah, they got through
the West, and then you tell him you got to beat the 8th seed to win a chip? Easy.
Yep. But, all right, so going back to football, we'll get to basketball in a second. Going back to fucking the Chiefs. The reason why I haven't ignored the Chiefs on that is what I was saying. Like, throughout the entire time, their entire fucking run, they've been able to force the other team to not play their game. The Ravens, why didn't the Ravens run? Why didn't the fucking Ravens run? I don't fucking know why the Ravens didn't run.
Look, I don't
know why the Dolphins didn't run.
Well, the Dolphins did try to run. They just sucked at it.
I get what happens. But that's why, I have everything I'm saying about the San Francisco 49ers right now, but secretly on the side, I have my backup bets with the Chiefs in favor.
So, that's what makes this game hard, because usually these two narratives are on the same team, and in this case, they are not. One team is fucking Goliath, and the other team has the greatest David of this decade. So I'm having to pick between David and Goliath, and normally David wins this fight. But logic says Goliath. You know? How are the Chiefs' run defense, that is supposed to be skeptical all the way up until the playoffs started?
Well, it is still skeptical. You look at how well Buffalo ran the ball, and just because Baltimore didn't run doesn't mean they don't suck at stopping it.
True. Valid. They have...
It's pretty easy to stop a run game when they only run it 6 fucking times.
And it's very hard for me to believe that even if they did try it, that they're going to stop Christian McCaffrey behind the line of scrimmage. Like that
I don't think there's anybody alive to stop Christian McCaffrey
no way.
this season.
And because even if they do, let's just go through that hypothetical. Mm-hmm. Even if they do make it to where they're a little one-dimensional. The 49ers are a team where they're never going to completely go away from the run. It's impossible. They'll never do that. But even if they make it hard for them, okay, so now we're going to do short game. We got fucking Kittle and Trent Williams to block while we're running fucking screens to McCaffrey and Debo. You don't think they can average 5 yards a play on that?
No, I totally think they could. I mean,
totally
that's kind of
going
been their
to.
game all day.
We can't keep sleeping
all
on the
season.
fact either that McCaffrey is a legacy player.
It's again.
A lot of people forget that he is a legacy player.
It's that. It's if I'm the Niners, I definitely do not want to put the ball in the air too much because I don't want to.
No, they're going to use McCaffrey to open that up, and when Kansas City is finally thinking that they got their run defense on point, fucking Purdy's going to throw a bomb out to Debo or Ayuk, and it's going to fucking eat them alive.
But I almost don't want to see that bomb because the Chiefs that would be playing into the Chiefs' hands. The Chiefs want you to throw on them. They don't want you to run the ball.
But the way that like the 49ers design their pass game is perfect for it because they're not a team that like relies on like we need to get a 50-yard bomb at some point in this game. Like no, they got fucking guys that can, catch a 15-yard pass and make it into a 30-yarder. I mean, good luck tackling fucking Kittle and Debo. Definition of black Air Force energy.
They've got a good amount of players who are very good at getting the yards after.
I'm glad that we broke the tight end part of this conversation, is I did want to ask a question to the panel. Who's having a better night, Kittle or Kelsey?
I think on the stat sheet, the flashy nerd numbers, they'll say that Kelsey had a better night, but that's because he plays jumbo wide receiver. When you look at the impact that Kittle has, like football guy who had a better night, it'll probably be Kittle because he's going to be running through a motherfucker's face because that's what Kittle does. Because he plays tight end, a real tight end.
I gotta say, I think I like Kittle as a tight end more than Kelsey, and I think that has to do more. It's a little biased because he wore his "Fuck Dallas" shirt playing Dallas this year, but right underneath the uniform.
I'm telling you something right now. When George Kittle retires, he's going in the WWE.
Oh, he better.
It'll be a fucking crime if he don't, dude. He's built for that.
He's what Gronk was supposed to be in the WWE. Because I think if Gronk wasn't as injured as he was through his career, he probably would have given it a shot. But he was just broken at that point. He had his cool little 24/7 championship run with Gronk. That was fun, but nothing serious.
I honestly think that I agree. I think George Kittle's gonna have the more impactful night because he springs Christian on the turn.
That and fucking and Trent Williams, bro. Like that dude, he is. When you talk about like just straight up not quarterback, who is the most impactful player in the league? Trent Williams is up there, if not number one. Having the best tackle in the fucking, not even just in the league right now, but like I'd say of this generation, that dude is criminally underrated because the nerds don't want to talk about him.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Well, anyways, boys, at this point, I'm getting out of the kitchen. I'm going to have my dad in the car with me, so I'm going to get off. 49ers, my pick. CMC is the MVP.
We'll probably be back on when you're at home, so just check.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how fast I can get on, but I'll reach out. I'll see what's up.
All right.
All right.
Peace.
Later.
All right. So, what do you think, Charles? What do you got on this one?
For whatever reason, I think if this game doesn't get away from the Chiefs, if it's a one-score game down to the wire, the last minute, and Mahomes ends up with that ball, they will win. I think this is one of those high-pressure situations where the story is going to repeat itself. But 49ers just keep it away. I think they're good. I think there's a safety net here because they are the better team. But man, if you don't put them away, there's just that creepy Texas cockroach feeling again. That, like, it's gonna happen if it's a close game at the end. So but we'll see. I think I am. No matter, I get what everyone said tonight, but I still just think the Chiefs work their new black magic and pull it off.
I think I gotta go with the Niners on this. There's another thing that we haven't discussed yet, and I'm the type of guy that does put weight in shit like this because there's valid reasons to. The Niners are basically in effect playing a home game. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Media Day, but those are all fucking Niners people. And the place is closer to Cali than it is Missouri, Vegas. So most of the people traveling over there are probably going to be Niners fans. I think that's going to play heavily into this.
The Chiefs have played the whole playoffs on the road, though. So, like,
I understand that, but it's more for the Niners than it is on the Chiefs thing. And then on the back end, it's, again, hard to believe that the Chiefs do what they did to Lamar and the Ravens and what they did to Raheem and the Dolphins to Christian McCaffrey. I just don't see it happening.
That and, like, to what they did to Baltimore, you cannot play a Shanahan team blitz all night. You're fucked. You're gonna get so fucked if you do that, because they're gonna rip off like fucking 5 different 40-yard screens. It's gonna kill you.
Debo will fucking laugh at that shit. Because he'll be fucking gone, dude. That's one team where you do want to see a screen, so like every fucking other play, because they can pull that off. They've got the line for it. They've got the speed for it. They've been doing it all fucking season very effectively. Debo coming off a screen is scary.
And this is like a weird thing where, because we've had like Super Bowl rematches with the same team, but they're always so far apart that the teams are like not even the same.
Yeah.
But like I went back and I was like watching the condensed game of that 2020 Super Bowl, and like, man, people forget how fucking close that game was. Like, it was literally just Jimmy G missing like 3 passes, and that was the whole game.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the same way here too.
Yeah, I would say it's going to be close.
Because you also got to consider what these two teams like to keep the ball. So and they have very effective offenses to do in order to do that. So we're probably not going to see 1,000 possessions in this game. I honestly don't think the game has a giant score either.
No, I could see this being like a 23-17, 23-21 type of deal.
Like, I would definitely take the under on 45.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. But to that point, too, it's like, if it is going to be one of those games, like, I just remember just, like, looking at how these teams have been in the past couple games. I mean, Baltimore's got a great defense, which I'd put right up there with San Francisco. And the Chiefs didn't fucking score in the second half. They didn't need to, apparently. Still, that worries me for the Chiefs.
I mean, yeah, I think that's more along the lines that they didn't need to. I think they can totally score when they need to.
I don't know, because I don't think the game plan during the game where they were like, oh, these motherfuckers aren't going to score, don't worry about it, just run the ball. Like I don't think that was happening. You know they would have loved to put up 30 points.
True. I mean, I hope they're not that arrogant against the Niners. Because in order for them to win, they're gonna need to hold the ball and run it. Like Pacheco's gonna need to have a decent game. Kelsey's gonna need to have a good game, which Kelsey normally does. Kelsey's very consistent, and in these playoffs, he's been pretty big. That's another I do think Kittle's the better all around tight end, but Kelsey's the better playmaker. Obviously, because he's in the situations too. But
if Kelsey shits the bed, the memes are going to be so funny. Fucking Kelsey, how much I can choke a Super Bowl.
The Taylor Swift thing, oh my god. That's the other
Purdy's
thing.
Gonna be a hero. Purdy's gonna be a goddamn American hero if he beats Taylor Swift.
We've got to choose between two realities. A reality where Taylor Swift is a champion, but Tucker Carlson is dead, or rabid Taylor Swift fans that are probably going to call for fucking penalty conspiracies on shit that they have no idea what they're talking about because they've only been fans of football for 6 months, and Tucker Carlson's still doing whatever he's doing on Fox News the next day. Because that was a thing that I heard was, Tucker Carlson said he'll kill himself if Taylor Swift is validated by the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, which only Tucker Carlson would say some stupid ass shit like that.
With all that you're saying, I just don't see a negative sign of the 49ers winning the Super Bowl. All you're saying is just all the negative things that happen if the Chiefs win. Like, let's be real. Do we really give a fuck if San Francisco wins?
Well, no. Carlson will kill himself if the Chiefs win.
Who cares? Fuck him.
Fuck him. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Guy's annoying, but fuck him. But yeah. So that's the decision that we're also making. Taylor Swift fans or 49ers fans, which are also very fucking annoying people. Just saying. They're not as annoying as Cowboys fans, but they're in that top tier. They're fucking annoying.
They're all the way the fuck over there. You know what I mean? Who cares? They can be annoying all the way the fuck over there.
We will get to see George Kittle as a fucking Super Bowl champion, though. I think that's deserved. That's deserved. Super Bowl champion George Kittle. That needs to happen. And Brock Purdy.
God. I'm gonna throw up.
Mr. Irrelevant.
As someone who has Tua as their franchise quarterback, to watch that is going to be very painful. I don't know why you laughing.
Hey, look, just because Tua and Brock Purdy are like the same dude and one of them was drafted in the appropriate place, don't do it on Brock Purdy. And by appropriate place, I mean appropriate round.
Oh, no, I got you. I know, yeah.
What I'm saying is Tua should have been undrafted.
Yeah. I was going to at least give him the 7th round.
Keep it up! Next season will come.
Okay.
And we'll do the same shit again, Mike. We're going to feel real good until December hits, and then we're going to feel real bad.
Unless the Dolphins are about to sign free agent Dan Orlovsky, miss me with that shit.
Yo, that's what got me over the edge. Can we take a couple moments to talk about that? Living. I never thought that the Pro Bowl of all things can piss me that much off. Because, I mean, goddamn, we've had some shit Pro Bowl games, and then they took the whole thing away from us. But it got worse this year watching that Dan Orlovsky does the fucking passing competition like it's fucking nothing. Gets 27, could have gotten 37. And then I'm like,
they let
okay,
Dan
here we
Orlovsky ratio all the fucking Pro Bowl quarterbacks.
He fucking would have, bro. Everyone but CJ Stroud, not real quarterbacks. Let me tell you that. And it only like got proven. Like Baker Mayfield, we get it, bro. Journeyman, you're good sometimes, but you ain't accurate. All right, it's you got Mike Evans on the other side. We get it. All right. Who else was there that did
Jalen Hurts?
Exactly, yeah,
Gardner
Jalen Hurts.
Minshew.
Yeah, exactly. So then you both. I watched Tua do this, and I'm like, Tua can beat these guys, right? Tyreek says he's the most accurate fucking guy to ever fucking throw a ball. And this motherfucker, first he's confused. He gets confused, which I did not think that someone not explain the rules to him. It's obvious how the other three guys did it. I don't understand what's so confusing. You're going like fourth. Like, brother in Christ. Everything that Tua could have done wrong in a fucking mini game fucking scenario, he's most accurate mother. 16 points. I'm gonna take those 16 points to heart because goddamn awful. You're not accurate, Tua. You really they should have rescinded his contract right there after that little fucking accuracy test. I was fucking livid, bro. They would have said, "Oh, you know how we're planning on extending you? Well, you scored 16 points on the accuracy challenge. We don't think we're gonna go pick Joe Flacco again and roll the dice because this ain't it."
You know what's worse? When Mac Jones went to a Pro Bowl somehow his rookie year, I looked up the number and he was a lot better than Tua at that.
Bro, I think Monkey could have done fucking better than
I think what bothered me more is his explanation afterwards.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't even care.
He was too busy screaming.
He said he was. He felt pressure. Oh Lord, kid.
No.
Can you please? Can you please
kill myself? He is the
can
most
you
unclutch
please get this fucking kid a goddamn spokesperson so that he can stop taking interviews?
Bro, did he just say this is why they made that commercial with the Paramount commercial that said the moment was too big for him and he couldn't fucking throw fucking Hey Arnold through the fucking cliff.
They're gonna air that during the Super Bowl too.
And they're gonna air that during the Super Bowl because why? Because he is the most unclutch motherfucker in the history of the planet. It's just he's the perfect Dolphins quarterback because he's gonna do it to us again in December. And mark my words, we're a whole fucking 10 months away from this shit. But in 10 months, when me and Monkey are riding the high of we're going to the Super Bowl, just clip this. Remember that this is coming again for the 900th time. We cannot escape it, especially with Tua. Pressure at the Pro Bowl games.
What pressure? No one's even watching.
Oh, I was watching.
The tickets were like $5.
We should have gone. Wait, is it in Orlando? I think.
Yeah, my dad went. He paid $30.
He said, I felt a lot of pressure. A lot of the guys are good throwers. I didn't come with an A game that I wanted today.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, we'll take a look at the film.
Buddy, friend of mine. I love you to death. I'm like your biggest fucking defender and supporter. Can you shut the fuck up, please? Pressure. Please tell me you're not feeling pressure from the Pro Bowl game passing games, dude. Because that's not good. Ah! Pressure!
I can't wait for the Dolphins to shit the bed in our next wild card game.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
You think we'll score 7 points this time or more?
Give the kid a fucking Xanax. Fucking anti-anxiety medication. Are you fucking serious right now, man? Pressure? Oh, God. What have we done? What have we done to this poor child? I blame Brian Flores.
What?
What? He's had a whole year and a half of therapy, bro. He's fine.
Somehow this is his fault, okay? I'm just saying.
I just can't wait till like 3 years from now we're having like the same conversation after the Dolphins draft fucking General Booty 4th overall and Monkey's like, it's all that fucking nerd Mike McDaniel's fault.
I'm gonna hate you if there's a situation that makes that true. Although I'm not gonna lie, I would not be against drafting a quarterback named General Booty. I would actually hope that that's a Hall of Fame name in the making. Like, I would be super behind General Booty, dude.
When I have kids, they're getting fucked in the name department on purpose. And I'm fucking Irish. We got some ways to fuck names up, dude.
Car Bomb McGee, how are you doing today? Oh, fuck. Alright. Holy shit. I gotta recompose myself.
All I know is that the Super Bowl will be very good, not a lot of controversy, and everyone will agree, and there'll be no bad calls, and everyone will accept the results as fair.
And then you slayed the Jabberwocky and woke up in your bed. There ain't no motherfucking way. Who's the super... Wait, this is important information before we just move on to the next sport.
Oh, let's talk about the real team.
Yeah, who's the officiating crew for the Super Bowl?
What I always love about the Super Bowl is they do the dumbest shit where they're like, let's take a different ref from all these different ref teams and put them all together last fucking minute. What could go wrong?
All-star ref team.
NFL announced today that Vinovich will work his third Super Bowl
God.
and be joined by a crew that includes umpire Terry Killens, down judge Patrick Holt, line judge Mark Perlman, field judge Tom Hill, side judge Alan Baines, back judge Brad Freeman, and replay official Mike Chase. I wanted which one's the Bill Vinovich?
Oh, dude, he's not good.
Hold on, because I've seen that name before.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude! Oh no! 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 Look at that face. That's a face that says, I'm gonna fuck a game up. Oh my god. Oh no. That can't be. Nah,
that's their best they got.
We've got to be fucking lying right now. Are you fucking serious? Dude, I have talked about this guy. I've talked about this guy this year. As a matter of fact. Oh my god. Isn't this the guy that was the referee for the Rodney Coleman hit? The no call?
Yeah.
That cost the Saints? Oh, dude, beautiful. He's definitely going to let him play. He's fucking, you can NFL blitz the receivers in front of this guy. Oh, man, hold up. That's insane. Hold up. See if I can bring him up here. I don't think, that's fucking wild, dude. Oh no, it's a web file. What the fuck? I'm trying to bring up his fucking face. There we go. Found it. It's a terrible fucking picture, but I found it. Here's our Super Bowl referee this evening. Or on Sunday.
This guy.
Oh yeah. Look at him. That's a face that says
reasonable. Fair. Trustworthy. Perfect vision.
Good judgment.
Hey, look! It has how many flags he wants to throw on his fucking hat.
This guy is going to be the MVP to the Super Bowl. This is the future Super Bowl MVP this Sunday. This man right here who let Rodney Coleman murder somebody literally 5 inches in front of him and didn't throw a flag. Because fuck New Orleans. That's this guy right here. This guy. It's not the flags that he throws. It's the ones that he don't. That's
mind you, that flag robbed us of Drew Brees versus Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. And instead we got Jared Goff.
This man's a criminal. He's a known thief. Oh my God, yes. All right. No, that was important. That was probably the most important detail.
It's the one thing about NFL fans that, like, that's why I fucking hate fans in general. But football fans, like, they're so fucking dumb, dude. They're like, every game, they're like, what? The refs were so bad in this game. I was like, just this game? They're always doing this, you fucking idiots. Like, at least in the NBA, like, people are like, you know, they see Scott Foster and they're like, oh, it's over.
We know how this story ends. Back it up. Scott Foster has been the referee of the Heat's last 7 losses. Well, fuck it.
No, what's funny? It's like, he's that guy for every team, though. He's that bad. That, like, every team can pull up, like, oh, this is the 10 times he shafted us this year.
Scott Foster wakes up in the morning, has a bowl of cereal, brushes his teeth, looks in the mirror and says, all right, it's time to fuck up an NBA game today. Like,
dude, he has whole, like, compilations of him, and he even has a nickname. They call Scott Foster, you should know this if you don't. It's fucking great. Scott Foster is known as the extender. So every single time there is a Game 6 in the NBA playoffs, somehow Scott Foster is the referee every fucking time. And somehow it always gets to Game 7.
The extendo.
The extender.
Jesus fucking Christ. Well, this is a good way to start segueing into NBA.
It's just tough because it's so hard to talk about just one fucking game for like 2 weeks. Like, as much as we want to like get into it, like, what the fuck else? Like, there's not much more. We've been talking about the same fucking game for half a month.
I get it. All right. So, again, I'm going to rattle off. It's not going to be as long a list as the NFL, but I'm going to rattle off some NBA news. We're probably going to talk about a bunch of it. So, Joel Embiid had knee surgery. I think it was today or yesterday. He's going to be gone for 4 weeks.
That's huge. Because, not having Embiid for a month, at the least.
Significant.
Their top competition, the Celtics, who are the number 1 seed with a 5-game win, are going into, like, their weakest part of their schedule. And I actually saw this earlier, which was like kind of mind blowing. Of like they did like the pre All-Star break like strength schedule shit, and pretty much everyone in the Eastern Conference is like ranked in the 20s right now, besides the Celtics who had like the third, and they have a 5-game fucking lead, and now they're like going into this weak spot. So it's like, man, I wouldn't like to call it a game and say it's over and the Celtics are the 1 seed this early, but
They look pretty comfortable right now.
yeah.
They look pretty comfortable right now. I have to admit that, and I hate admitting that. I fucking hate the Celtics with passion. I pray every day that their fucking plane crashes. I'm sorry.
That's a little defensive.
All right, I'm sorry. No, I know that's a little much.
Okay.
Here
I
comes
pray-
Alright, I see
I
you got a
pray-
little Bills coaching staff in you after all.
and here
I
comes
pray-
another 8-game losing streak for the Heat after that comment.
I pray it has malfunctions that require a 6-hour delay of takeoff. How about that? That seems dialed back, right? Right. So yeah, sorry about that, Philly.
I'm not. Fuck y'all.
Couldn't happen
just
to a
got
better
I got a call
franchise.
from Sean McDermott. He wants you on his coaching staff ASAP.
Man, it's gonna take a lot of money to get me to be on a Bills coaching staff.
Really, I feel like they could say we'll give you $100,000 and you'd fly there tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, but a lot of money is the perspective of the person receiving it. All right. Bradley Beal dropped 43 points in his return to DC on Sunday. I think that should be mentioned.
Sheesh.
Another, this is kind of like a sandwich where the breads suck. Zach LaVine is having season-ending surgery on his foot. Sorry about it. Yeah, it does. Grizzlies to retire Marc Gasol's number 33 in April.
That's awesome. Love Marc Gasol.
Anthony Edwards was fined $40,000 for criticizing officials.
Standing ovation. Good job. Worth it. Because if you look at fucking what he said, he literally goes, I'm going to get fined for this, but I don't care. And then just fucking rips the refs.
$40,000. Hope you don't. Most of the time, that fine's like 10. But I guess because you don't care, we're going to test that.
So it's a donation. It's a cash donation to some charity out there.
Yeah, the charity of what? The NBA coffers? Like, that doesn't... The charity of Adam Silverman. What is it? Ben Simmons returned last Wednesday after a 3-month rehab.
And then immediately got hurt.
I was about to say, yeah. Did he immediately exit afterwards?
I think he immediately exited, like, after. I think he lasted fucking. I think
he
a
played the whole
grand
game.
total of. I think a grand total of 12 minutes accumulated. 76ers were fined $75,000 for failing to include
The NBA fucked up there.
failing to include Joel Embiid on their injury report. They also fined the Pelicans $25,000 for Trey Murphy's absence on the same injury report, I'm guessing. So that's the news for the NBA. As far as what's going on today score-wise, let me see something here, because I know some games were ending or about to. Fucking Minnesota and Chicago are in overtime right now. Chicago 127, Minnesota 122.
Man, Anthony Edwards is on my team. I'm looking at it. He put up 40 fantasy points in this game. 37 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. 12 for 24 from the field. 5 for 9 3-pointers.
Good
Jeez.
Lord. OKC and Utah are in the third quarter, 92-91. Phoenix is over Milwaukee in the second quarter, 29-23. And then let's see here, Indiana beat Houston 132-129. The Knicks beat Memphis 123-113. Miami destroyed Orlando 121-95. Dallas beat Brooklyn 119-107. So that's the scores for today. I don't think was there any that was crazy this week. I don't think so. Well, fuck, holy shit. The Pelicans fucking 138 over Toronto 100.
Jesus Christ.
Yesterday. That's fucking Jesus. Good Lord, that's an ass whooping. Yeah, fucking other than that, nothing crazy. Clippers beat the Heat on Sunday. Utah beat Milwaukee on Sunday. But what the that's a fucking insane score. 138-100 with the fucking Raptors just decided they didn't want to play basketball in the fourth quarter. Like, whatever. Alright, so yeah, that's basketball news so far. Ain't much craziness yet, but we're getting to that point of the season where the craziness usually starts.
Hey, you see the Celtics score from Sunday? Holy shit! They scored. It was 131-91.
Jeez,
I watched
there's another
game,
one.
and the Celtics pulled all their starters after the third quarter.
Fuck off.
Yeah, they were up that bad.
Fuck off. What is it, bro? We've been seeing a significant amount of blowouts this year.
Well, it's because when the coaches are being smarter about it, they see the writing on the wall and they're pulling their players early, which is smart. You don't want to get someone fucking hurt in a blowout. Let's see. We should have the trade deadlines coming up soon, though. So we'll have a lot more to talk about once the fucking trade deadline comes. I feel like there's a lot of crazy shit this year that's going to happen.
My bad, I didn't get a fucking drink. Dogs decided to bark because I moved. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Trade deadline's fucking about to happen, so I'm sure there'll be a bunch of news next week, a bunch of Woj bombs and shit. When is the deadline? It's next, isn't it next Thursday or some shit like that?
Let me see. Actually, no. It's, we'll have it next week. It's this Thursday, the 8th.
Oh, it's this Thursday?
Yeah.
So, fuck, we might, by next fucking podcast, we'll have a bunch of shit, I'm sure, for the NBA.
We might even want to do a quick one on Thursday because, well, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna do all Super Bowl next week.
Yeah, it is true. I don't mind that, actually. I don't mind that. Honestly, it depends on how many Woj bombs, but usually we get a cunt load of them. Like, this is about the time that the NBA does a whole musical chairs shit.
Well, the NBA trade line's awesome, and then you have, like, the NFL trade line, which they try to hype up, which is always dog shit every single year.
People are shitting on the Lakers.
They should be. They suck.
LeBron's 85.
He's the only fucking good thing they have right now. Besides him and
Yeah,
Reeves and Davis. That's about it.
right. Let's get to some pro wrestling.
Oh, snap.
Let's get to some WWE conspiracy stuffs. So, on SmackDown last week, we had a curveball thrown at us where it seems like Cody Rhodes will not be facing Roman Reigns for the WWE title at WrestleMania like we had all assumed was going to happen after the Royal Rumble. In making this announcement to Roman Reigns, he discusses that he had special counsel and introduced The Rock to the ring. So SmackDown went off the air with a big stare down between The Rock and Roman Reigns, and everybody's under the assumption that The Rock is taking Cody Rhodes' spot at WrestleMania to wrestle Roman Reigns for the title. This has pissed off basically the the entirety of the fan base. But there's a bunch of conspiracy theories towards this now. So, first off, a bunch of back fucking behind the scenes backstories from a couple of dirt sheet writers. They have it playing out like this. The Rock gets into TKO. They have this whole plan about fucking having a match with Roman Reigns. They say, fuck, when are we gonna have it? They were planning for Crown Jewel. But then, what do you call it? CM Punk gets injured, tears his tricep. Well, an audible gets called. Now it's looking like it's Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania, and Cody Rhodes against Seth Rollins. Although that's not confirmed, that's what they're thinking. That's what they're reporting behind on the dirt sheets as the possibility. I had another what do you call it?
Conspiracy theory?
I guess a branching off of this theory would be better. It was actually, I heard it off, I was listening to Vince Russo's podcast, which is where I heard this one. But he seems to think that match at WrestleMania won't be for the title, and that's the detail that everybody's not listening to.
Yeah, it can't be. The Rock's not active.
He's thinking that it's gonna be for the head of the table, and that Cody will, get his shot at like SummerSlam or something to that nature for the actual title. But that's what he's got The Rock winning this. He's got The Rock winning the fight at WrestleMania too. But he thinks that's the big secret. Now there's a bunch of things that we have to add to this. The Rock brought in his writer from when he was a part of the company before to handle his story in specific. So his writer is handling his story, and there's talk that his writer just might join the company altogether as to write for the whole thing. There's talk that this was basically done over Triple H, because everybody's not everybody. There's some that assume that Triple H had built this whole fucking story for 2 years with Cody Rhodes, and he's getting towards the ending of it, and they're calling this audible with The Rock, and it feels like that the story got taken off his desk, and The Rock just pulled a big dick move. I don't know how much of this is just WWE playing on everybody's hearts and minds, because
they're good at it. That's what they do.
Not just that, but Vince Russo had pointed out some shit, and I looked back on the video, and he's not wrong. Apparently that We Want Cody movement that happened right after that announcement on SmackDown, The Rock's feeding into it, and they were handing out We Want Cody signs to that crowd that we saw next. I think it was on Monday Night Raw or something. But he was like, if you notice, and I did, all the signs are in the same handwriting. Like, the same person made those signs. Like, it's all the same. No one fucking makes signs that consistently the same.
And they've done this before, if you remember, with Daniel Bryan, with the Yes movement. It's the exact same, and I'm not complaining about it, but it's the exact same thing. And to give credit to the WWE, they're good at pulling this shit off. And not that I think 100% this would happen, but it wouldn't surprise me to where they have this kind of struggle this fake struggle that they set up between the fans and the company, and then it pays off with something like I would love this if they had Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania with The Rock as special guest referee, so he's still there, and then it creates this cool thing where there's no fucking hoodies. I mean, the hoodies can come out or whatever. The hoodies come out the fucking audience like they always do, but then The Rock beats the fuck out of them, and then Cody wins.
That's what I was hoping for. Was that The Rock was going to be the equalizer to the hoodies in the crowd.
But either way, I think whether it's this thing's true about The Rock, Big Dick, and everyone or whatever, the story between the two of them is still so good that there's eventually there'll be a payoff. So what? It might not be at WrestleMania, but there's no fucking way they take the main storyline of the company and just wipe their hands of it and say it's done.
No,
it's just delayed.
I think so too, because the big problem that I have with all of this is that there's a lot of people that put Cody Rhodes finishing his story at SummerSlam, and I feel like that's trash. For fucking 2 years of work on that story, that needs to be a WrestleMania moment. And I hate the prospect of dragging out Roman Reigns for one more year, and and squashing The Rock. But how are you gonna have such a monumental moment like Roman Reigns being dethroned by Cody Rhodes at anything but a WrestleMania? After all the effort that they put in.
Well, you could still have your cake and eat it too. You could have Cody wins the belt at SummerSlam, then the rematch is at WrestleMania.
True. Could do that. That is a possibility. The big thing that I want to see is what I can't see. This is what I can't wait to get to the next promo on this, because I really want to know where they're going with The Rock on this, if he's gonna go heel or face, because he's so set up to be a heel right now.
He is, but they're smart, because I watched a thing about The Rock. Remember when he had his legendary match with Hulk at WrestleMania, and I listened to this whole thing on it, where basically they didn't know what the crowd was gonna do, because it's the Hulk and it's The Rock. Who the fuck knows, right? Who the crowd? So they really didn't plan that match out, and they let the crowd dictate it. So I think WWE's, even through Vince's horrible writing stint the past couple years, has still been really good at that. That just because of what they have in mind today doesn't necessarily mean what's going to happen, and they react to stuff and they can change it on the fly. So
what's
I think that
refreshing.
it'll be good. I know I get it that like people really want this Cody thing, but like it'll still be good. Like I think people are just being over the top about it. Like I get it. I like Cody too, but like come on.
I mean, I understand. I understand both sides of the debate because I am really a sucker for The Rock. Like that's he's on my Mount Rushmore. But I didn't want it to come at the expense of the Cody Rhodes story either, because I've wanted to see him get over for a while now. Now I think there's so many things happening in the company at once that they're trying to figure out how to do it and make it all make sense.
Vince could stop raping people. That would have been great.
Yeah, if that could happen.
I don't know if any of you guys saw them text messages, but that dude was a
dude. We had a whole podcast about the Vince McMahon shenanigans, and it's bad.
Jesus Christ, those text messages are insane.
Yeah,
the dude had a sex slave. That's fucking crazy.
He had a fucking 3-year sex slave at 75 years old, dude.
There's so many clips that are aging so bad of Vince, and it's so fucking funny. The Captain America lie detector scene, the come on out you rapist.
Come on out you rapist. My family. Oh god damn it. He, at the end of the day, was the greatest heel of wrestling history.
Yeah. And that's why I was saying last time we talked about this, I would love, because Triple H would be so good at it, and they need a character like that, he would be a great dickhead boss. If he just completely turns on the fans, like he comes out on SmackDown, he's like, oh, I see your fucking "We Want Cody" signs. I don't give a fuck.
Here's
fuck
the thing.
you. Here's The Rock.
Here's the thing. He's good at that. I think The Rock is too. And The Rock is currently better set up with the company to pull that role off.
Yeah.
Like he can actually come out there and say, I'm your boss. Eat shit. You're gonna lay down in the middle of this fucking ring right now and take the job.
Says it doesn't matter what you think.
Dude, just reminds me. You remember the Raw where Chris Jericho debuts? So Chris Jericho finally debuts. They get the countdown. His song hits. You know, he's got the fucking cool jacket on. The Rock's in the ring, and Chris Jericho comes down. He makes that iconic promo where, you know, the fucking rock and roll Ayatollah. He goes on this whole fucking couple-minute long tirade, and then The Rock slowly lifts the mic up to his mouth. He goes some shit like, he goes,
the hell
are you? He goes, after 3 minutes of you boring the ever-living shit out of us, you never even told us who the fuck you are.
What is your name?
Like, dude, people don't remember how undefeated he is at burying people. If you go, no one stood a fucking chance. And it sucks because he got neutered by PG era, and that's why people think John Cena got over on him. Like, dude, if you let The Rock have an extra, I don't know, 6 or 7 words he was allowed to say on TV, he would have fucking buried John Cena.
I see you had your promos written on your wrist. Yeah, it reads, "You're a bitch" 6 times. Yeah, see here, look. John Cena is a bitch 6 times. Fuck, dude. No. One thing that I am looking forward to when The Rock return is those promos, and I hope he cuts the greatest one on Roman Reigns that we've seen in fucking years, because I need to see. I love when I see someone beat the shit out of Roman Reigns on a microphone. Because he sucks. Roman
It's not
sucks
good.
on the mic.
That's why they paired him
He's
with
got
fucking
Paul
Paul
Heyman.
Heyman. Yeah, same reason they did it for Brock. Even though Brock ended up being kind of funny towards the end.
Country
Remember
Brock was so
Country
good.
Brock, you remember his thing with Sami Zayn when he was in the wheelchair? He's like, "Come on, buddy."
Oh my
Get out of
God,
here.
yes.
You do some hunting, some fishing.
Country Brock was one of the best.
The only other one, we'll get back to the Rock and the Cody one in a section because that's the one we're gonna talk about the most. But we found out that Bayley is going to challenge Io Sky at WrestleMania for her title. It was like a whole breakdown of her Damage Control
Yeah,
faction.
that was good. And then Rhea Ripley's gonna defend her title against Nia Jax at Elimination Chamber. That'll be cool.
I hope Rhea takes that one.
Yeah, me too.
I like Rhea as the champ. I'm sure Nia's time will come, but I like Rhea as the champ right now. I think she's doing good work. Fucking, we got to see that Viking guy again that moves like he's a fucking cruiserweight.
Dude, this guy's awesome.
That he needs to be billed in more matches that show that, because that guy is fucking agile as shit. For a fat, I've never seen a fat dude move like that in my life. Logan Paul had a very shitty promo with KO. It sucked terribly.
He's not good on the mic. He's one of those guys too. I'm like,
he's cringy, dude.
He is.
Great wrestler, terrible talker.
The funniest shit was leading up to that Money in the Bank, having LA Knight fucking rip into him. I think LA Knight right now is like probably one of the best people with promos in the WWE. And having, if that guy that The Rock has writing for him stays, that is great news for LA Knight, because he's got that fucking personality. He's like he's, and I don't say it in a bad way, because they do this all the time and like repackage people, but like LA Knight's just like if you combine Stone Cold Steve Austin
Stone Cold
and
The Rock. Yep. He takes his you can tell the promo influences he takes from Stone Cold and The Rock. There's a lot of people that do that too.
And one thing I've noticed after like coming back around to the WWE is, man, fucking people's attention spans are very short, because everyone's like thing is like 3 syllables or less. You either have, we had Daniel Bryan with yes, LA Knight with yeah, fucking Trick Williams with whoop that trick. That's the longest one they have right now.
I love that one, dude. I love that one. Trick Williams needs to get called up so we can hear that one more often. Whoop that trick. Whoop that. Bro, they were chanting that shit out the door when I went to the fucking SmackDown event at Kaseya Center. They were chanting that shit like all the way out the door at the end. They fucking R-Truth was what's up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad the Judgment Day finally got R-Truth to finally put them over. They were struggling there for a while. So, finally have some star power like R-Truth.
Oh, fuck. That's the other one in this whole narrative. So, going back to the Cody thing, that's because we mentioned Judgment Day. That's the other one in all this that we just, what the fuck are we doing with Mr. Money in the Bank? Has had his briefcase for what, fucking 2 years?
For like 10 years.
Yeah, is he gonna do anything with it? The fuck?
He's been Senor Money in the Bank for like 3 cycles.
He turned the bank purple and he's been just carrying it around as a little prop. Senor Money in the Bank or whatever. I don't fucking know at this point.
And he's failed 4 times trying to cash the shit in. So it's like, what are we doing with that?
I can't wait to see how R-Truth fucks that up for him. Dude, that screenshot I grabbed from last night of Archer putting that shirt on Dominic, man, holy shit. That's one of the best fucking pictures ever.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but that whole every time he comes out, dude, but that whole skit was fucking great. Coming out trying to sell fucking shirt, or just handing the shirts out in the crowd. Trying to give people money in the middle of their matches. And the idiots taking the fucking money. I hate that they turned Judgment Day into a comedy group, but I love that they turned Judgment Day into a comedy group.
Well, Archer's the only one that could have done that shit.
Fuck. Yeah, other than that, there's what is it? There's gonna be a match between Jay and Gunther. I don't know if that's WrestleMania or just next week's SmackDown. Gunther fucking is looking awesome, by the way. We don't know what the fuck we're doing with him either. Because he was supposed to go up against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, so now it's... Then there's Drew McIntyre fucking running around claymoring people. Like, there's so much chaos in WWE that it feels like the 90s again.
Yeah, and they got a bunch of good talent. That's what's all. No, so I'd like to, like, speaking of Gunther, I'd like Drew McIntyre with him, but man, if we could get WrestleMania with fucking Gunther versus Shinsuke Nakamura, that match would fuck.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Yes. Why haven't we thought of that yet? That would be good. Shinsuke. There's another one fucking running around. We had a bull rope match for like no reason.
That was a great match too. That was awesome.
Good match, but zero reason for like what the. We had Shinsuke Nakamura and Cody Rhodes like a month ago. I thought that bitch was dead. Now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, when it makes zero sense, we're gonna fucking red mist Cody Rhodes for no reason at the end of a show after he gave his shit to The Rock in the same fucking shit. So much chaos, but it's refreshing. I like seeing chaos. Now I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
That's what I like about this, man. It was so predictable for like fucking 3 years. I tuned it out. I was like, yeah, I know how this shit ends. Well, it's because Vince McMahon was too busy fucking having a sex slave. So
it's imagine what you can get done when your dick is in your pants.
Yeah.
And you're shitting in a toilet.
Instead of
like normal people. I'm sorry, I don't mean to kink shame if any of our listeners are into shit.
I do. Fuck y'all, y'all weird.
But there's just there's a limit to the shit that I can handle. No pun intended. Little pun intended.
You know what that reminded me of? You remember that scene where they dumped shit all over Vince McMahon and the Spirit Squad? Remember that? Makes you think about that a little differently, doesn't it?
Oh, fuck. I'll tell you what, dude.
The Kiss My Ass Club. It's all making sense.
The Kiss My Ass Club is definitely making sense. The Trish Stratus storyline.
Oh, that was weird. Making her bark like a dog in the ring. Yeah.
Oh my god! Wow. Yeah. Oh.
Which I'm not gonna lie, that was
weird.
Yeah. That was not something that I should have watched.
But now we know
at
it
the
was
age that I saw it.
Brand.
Hey, look, we were the kids raised by South Park. We were already fucked by that point. All right, let's just be honest.
This is true. We had saw fucking Bubba Ray Dudley had fucking put Mae Young through tables and shit by that point. There was no hope for us.
Well, I have hope for Netflix, man. I hope they step it up.
You know what? I really do. 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 I really Yeah, either Triple H does it or The Rock's new people will do it, but I think that's where the money's gonna be. I think they're gonna get a little bit more extreme. You know, Mick Foley wants to have a death match at
No.
60 years old. Yes.
He might die. He might actually die.
So he said on his last episode of Foley's Pod that his goal is to lose 100 pounds
Oh my
and
God.
have one final death match for his 60th birthday.
I wonder who he'd do it with. It's gonna be someone awesome, like Sandman or some shit. I don't know.
Moxley?
Yeah.
I could see Moxley going through that. Moxley likes to bleed.
Whatever we do, just keep Ric Flair away from that match. He has lost enough blood. That dude bled like no other.
I feel like Ric Flair's gone through blood transfusions throughout his whole life and didn't
Dude,
tell
it would
nobody.
blow my mind how much, like, he would fucking bleed everywhere. I'm like, dude, I
It's all
get
the
that, like, you know, they take the little, like, piece of a razor blade and do the whole little thing. But, like, man, you didn't gotta do it that much. The fuck?
It's all the cocaine he was doing, dude. He was bleeding out of the fucking ass.
Yeah, he was like the Lawrence Taylor of wrestling. That was awesome. Dude, yeah, if you guys haven't, go back and listen to some Lawrence Taylor interviews after his career about the shit he was doing. That guy was literally on cocaine. like, and then go back
the
and watch his
whole
highlights. And then go back, watch his highlights, and be like, okay, this makes sense.
Like the whole Joe Theismann injury. Now imagine that the guy that did that was 99.9% probability high as fuck on coke when he did that. So imagine he's high on coke. He fucking comes up off of a tackle with a fucking leg pointed the opposite direction, totally not bending the right way. Oh fuck! Ah! He probably had a whole fucking heart attack, panic attack, fucking episode, and then turned around and called for a doctor all in the same moment. That's Lawrence Taylor. He sends fucking hookers to the opposition's fucking bedrooms before playoff games to make you good and tired. That way he can beat the shit out of you the next day. That's fucking Lawrence Taylor. Dude. Yeah, you're right. That might be Ric Flair.
It is.
Oh God. I could do a whole hour on Lawrence Taylor at fucking history.
I want to know so bad, like, what that relationship was and how that worked with Bill Belichick and Lawrence Taylor. I want those stories.
Are
so
you kidding?
bad.
Are you kidding? That's probably easy, dude. It's like, so you need how much to hit people like this for 17 weeks?
Can you just imagine Bill Belichick going out and picking up fucking blow from Lawrence Taylor?
What are you doing, Bill? Winning us the Super Bowl. How much is this going to cost? $700? Fine. Just give me it. We'll ratio it out. He says he needs 3.5 grams every week. Okay. Oh, no. Excuse me. Every weekend. Fuck. Ric Flair is totally the same guy. I met Ric Flair in person because I was working I was DJing a comic book convention that he was there at. He was a guest at, I guess, or whatever. He is like that in real life. That is not a TV personality that was made just for Ric Flair is like that when he is smoking a joint on a regular Tuesday.
It's incredible.
Not on drugs, just regular Ric Flair talks exactly like he talks when he's screaming about his alligator skin boots. Like, he's that guy.
I haven't met many people from WWE, but I did meet one time. I was at a house show in West Palm Beach, and I got to meet the Hurricane. That dude's fucking cool as shit, man. He was rad. Fucking
I think
awesome guy.
I think you gotta be okay with the gimmick that he had, bro.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
That was back when house shows were cool. I remember that, and that house show was stacked, dude. It was Hurricane and Kane were a tag team. The fucking Hulk was there. Fucking the Hardy Boys were there. Triple H was there. Like, dude, it was like for a house show that cost like $30 a pop. Like, it was fucking awesome.
Meanwhile, we got in the dark match we got was fucking Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre, and that was it.
I haven't been to many WWE events. I want to. I've been to that house show. I went to the Armageddon that was at in the stadium in Fort Lauderdale. I went to that. That was cool. My dad was hilarious to that shit because I was like super into wrestling. He bought me tickets as a surprise, and he just thought it was like Raw or something, and he didn't realize he was buying fucking pay-per-view tickets.
Ooh,
So
those are two different things.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Two different things entirely. I know that because I've been to like four or five, but I know I've been to a Raw, I've been to a SmackDown. I went to Bash at the Beach in 2000. That was for WCW, and then I went to I want to say it was Backlash in 2003 or 2002. One of those two. The Hardys, the Team Extreme was still like the top tag team. Well, them, Dudley's, and ENC, they were still the top tag team, but it was like...
Oh, and then I went to NXT twice. I was living in Orlando shortly before COVID, so I got to go the Performance Center. I lived right down the street from it. So
that must have been cool. That must have been like an intimate setting for wrestling.
It was weird because I
like ECW-ish.
I've been to a lot more like indie shows. Like I go to a lot of local wrestling here in Wichita, and I did a lot. There's a lot of good independent wrestling in South Florida too. So it was like that. It was like that kind of vibe. It was fucking dope. Because all the other ones I've been to, like the house show, and then fucking the Armageddon, I was in nosebleeds.
The one I wish I saw was ECW. I wish I could have seen an ECW event live.
Yeah, and I could say that I went to a indie show in West Palm Beach, and I got to see Dusty Rhodes wrestle when I was a kid. So I like to tell people that. Yeah, it's fucking cool.
The one I got was I got the Bash at the Beach when fucking Goldberg beat Hogan.
That's awesome.
And then the fucking the WWF pay-per-view was I think it was Stone Cold going over Undertaker.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
And I'm slightly lucky to be where I'm at because like a lot of concerts come through here because it's the middle of America and it's easy for them. But the WWE comes to Wichita a lot, and then they come to Tulsa.
That's their market.
Yeah, Tulsa and Oklahoma City, and Kansas City, which are all within 2-hour drives from me. So I'm like, damn, it's gonna be cool. There's a SmackDown coming up in Tulsa, I think, soon that I'm gonna head out to. I think it's in April.
One thing I'm super glad for, Pat McAfee back on commentary.
I was like, I can watch Raw again. I was like, oh, the commentary.
Pat McAfee is literally if I was wearing a headset calling wrestling, I'd sound exactly like Pat McAfee, which I think is the allure of it all. Like he doesn't fully know what the fuck is going on ever.
Well, that's what's fun about it. He's just reacting to it. They don't give him a script or nothing. They just say, "Pat, go watch the show and talk."
and it's all fucking grade A shit. Like it's really good.
Yeah, that's what he does. Like you do that for a living, right? Just react. Bam.
He gets fucking into the whole Jey Uso thing. I fucking love that shit.
Oh yeah, that's another one-syllable fucking catchphrase. Fucking yeet.
Yeet. No, dude. It's taking over what?
Yeah, which is bullshit. Bring back what?
Now it's Yeet. Every time Jey Uso he pulled a very perfect Stone Cold Steve Austin promo on Gunther, where like every word he said, the fucking crowd went Yeet. I think it was like, I'm the 10-time tag team champion, Yeet. Longest reigning tag team champion, Yeet. And like it was exactly like, I'll go grab a beer. What? Then another beer. What? Then another beer. What? It was like the same timing, cadence, and everything. And I was like, wow, that's eerie.
And it's cool, but nothing will beat what? Like, remember when fucking Austin did a promo, I think it was Scott Hall during the NWO days, and he's beating the shit out of Scott Hall. He picks up a mic and he goes, every time you say what, I'm gonna kick this son of a bitch. He kicks him like 30 fucking times. And he goes, I keep kicking him, but I don't want to wear out a good shoe. and after that, he like gets down. He's like in his face now. He does like laying on the fucking ground. He's looking at him, and he's like, "You betrayed me. You made me sad. What? Heartbroken. What? Melancholy. What?"
I'm sorry, but he's undefeated on the mic too. Him and Rock. Jay did the whole. Oh God! If you want to see, he did the whole thing where like, give me a hell yeah, but it was Yeet. He said something along the lines of like, if you want to see me go up against Gunther for the IC title, yell out Yeet or some shit to that nature. And I was like, dude, what the fuck is Stone Cold watching right now? Like, oh man, did you get approved? You're fucking stepping on territory. But he did it good. I liked his promo.
Oh, fan fiction time. I really hope while Rock's doing this lead up to WrestleMania and probably turns heel, that's old Stone Cold Steve Austin comes back. Little guest appearance on SmackDown.
As the commissioner.
Special guest commissioner.
I think that would be awesome. But you know what? They're doing something with the commissioners that they got. That it feels like Paige and Nick Aldis have this whole... They've got them... It's almost like they're playing fucking... what do you call... Like fantasy football, but for real. Like where they're picking off each other's free agents and shit. Which I find that amusing as fuck. I haven't seen competing commissioners in a while, so I like the way they're making that.
It'll be fun when we get to the draft.
Now fucking they're doing this whole thing with Braun Breaker where they're fighting over Braun Breaker like he's a free agent. And I'm like, dude, this is great. We're taking so much from fucking the UFC now.
Well, I mean,
press conferences and
they're
shit.
owned by the same fucking company. Dude, they're even doing there's a weekend coming up in Anaheim where they have a UFC event on a Saturday and Raw on a Monday, and you can buy a combo for both of those tickets. Oh my
god. Yes. That's awesome. They're doing they're doing this Thursday an actual like press conference.
Yeah.
Like
which is
in the
cool.
Same way that UFC does
their
shit.
They should do fucking weigh-ins and everything. That'd be fucking awesome.
Oh my god, that would be awesome. Fuck, dude, we saw fucking Roman going like face to face, toe to toe with The Rock, and that looks. There's no difference in body between those two, except the Rock looks super super jacked, but
yeah, definitely all natural Rock at 50 years old, 100%.
Super super jacked. Which how's that gonna look in the ring, dude?
Awesome. That's when people are like shitting on. Like I get it because of the whole Cody thing, but like, dude, that match fucks. That's fucking awesome. And you know, like Brock's still in good enough shape and young enough to where like it's not going to be like a sad Hulk Hogan match moment, or like watching Ric Flair's fucking 20th farewell match.
Fucking Goldberg and Undertaker and Crown Jewel, which was
That was
absolutely
bad.
that was a
bad.
crime.
That was real
a
bad.
crime beyond crime. Nobody wanted to see that at all.
Well,
Like,
but they ended it good at least. I like the Boneyard match during the COVID year. That was a good. That was a good, cool
yeah, it was.
thing. I rewatched that the other day.
The pop for The Rock was pretty awesome too.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. And now everyone hates him. So,
Yeah.
which is cool though, man. Heel Rock is so much better. He's so much better as a fucking heel.
Yeah, and it feels if the backstage reports that I read were right, he's fucking. That's what he's, I guess, leaning towards because he's pushing the. He basically wants to turn that "We Want Cody" movement into the Yes movement, because he feels like, at least according to these reports, he feels like the Yes movement was done wrong, or it ended wrong.
It did.
So he wants to make sure to do. He wants to retell that story through Cody, but the right way. Which is that would be fucking cool. Like I do want to see Bad Guy Rock, and now that Vince McMahon's out the company, there needs to be that We have no Stephanie, Vince, Triple H isn't on screen a lot anymore.
Oh, wait.
Except for when.
Hold up. I proposed to you a brand new conspiracy that's the best. The WrestleMania match with Rock and Roman is for the title, and The Rock wins. And then at SummerSlam, The Rock versus Cody, they make The Rock an even bigger heel than Roman. And have that go down. That'd be fucking awesome.
No, and have him go over on Cody.
Yep.
Fuck off. I'll be so fucking mad.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I like that shit because wrestling's just fun. Like I don't get too like attached to the people or whatever. So watching all the wrestling nerds fucking be all sad and shit is hilarious. I love it.
I am a wrestling nerd if I'm gonna be into it. Like when I was a kid, I was not just a wrestling nerd. Like I was fucking super nerd into wrestling. I was fucking dead ass obsessed to it. That's why I'm a wrestling historian more than I am, recent.
Yeah, same.
I'm just now getting back into it. But back then I was fucking super into it. So I had emotional attachments and everything. Like I remember in the transition between the Attitude and Ruthless Aggression eras, there was like this like 1 or 2 year period where Stone Cold was just fucking insane, like just completely cracked. And I remember he teamed up with Triple H, and it was like a big heel team. And there was one night where they came out, and they didn't just beat up the Hardys and Lita, they fucking destroyed them in an almost uncomfortable to watch way. Like though they fucked Lita up so bad with a chair that it looked unnecessary. And I remember being in a week-long existential crisis. Because I loved Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I was like super in love with Lita, and I was super over with the Hardy Boys. Like it was when I saw that shit happening, he hit a stunner on Lita and then fucking beat the shit out of her with chairs. I was just going, what do I do? What do I do? Who do I root for? No,
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me, Stone
That one
Cold?
was tough to
Why?
watch. You know what was like one of the fucking most brutal squashes? I remember like somehow Vince had the idea of like Brock Lesnar's gonna wrestle some kid with fucking one leg.
And he threw him down a fucking flight of stairs. that.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, what's gonna be so fucking sad is the network is gonna scrub that. I'm gonna have to find that shit on Daily Motion to see it again.
Oh, don't, dude. I mean, I get it. It'll be easy to do it to Brock, but like these fucking people that think like they're just gonna like scrub Vince McMahon. Good luck, dude.
You're
luck.
fucking. There's no way.
Hit delete on about 10 years worth of content, I guess.
Sorry, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, all of DX, like Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. Like, your stories are all fucked right now. God, there's no way, dude. You can't do it. You can't do it. You'd fucking have to erase the entirety of the Attitude Era. And it's the most popular. They still make money on the Attitude Era today. That was 25 fucking years ago.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Billy Gunn is still wrestling. That's how good the Attitude Era was. And he was like a jobber in the fucking Attitude Era. That's a fucking, people, I mean, fucking, they had like Rikishi, Scotty Too Hot.
All of Rikishi's kids are headliners.
Yeah.
Everybody that has a blood relation to Rikishi is a top dog. Which, goddamn, great for that family, by the way. Good job. Just, if you want to have a professional wrestler.
Bloodline.
Yeah, the bloodline, of course. The bloodline.
And I think in some roundabout way, Roman and The Rock are related too, because I think Rikishi and The Rock are cousins. Yeah.
Yeah, Roman and The Rock are cousins.
That's why Rock wants to be the head of the table. Son.
That's the whole head of the table gimmick.
I wonder if they'll bring back Rikishi a couple times, not to wrestle, but you know what I mean, just to add to it. They should.
What I think, and we'll probably know a lot when SmackDown happens on Friday, but I think they're going to lean into that tribal gimmick in the way that they did when Roman and Jay fought. I think the first or second time.
I was so pissed about that because I'm like, wasn't the whole fucking point of the tribal combat 1v1, and they still did the same shit they do every time.
Yep.
Like, it was such bullshit.
And dude, for what it was worth, I think those were Roman's best all around promo match programs. The feuds he had with Jay made you uncomfortable. And I love feeling that when WWE makes you feel uncomfortable, they're doing it right. Like that's the idea.
Yeah, and like watching a 300-pound juice monster kick the shit out of a 20-year-old with one leg.
Yeah.
No one was comfortable watching that shit with his mom in the front row. What the fuck?
The one thing that I have to give to Roman and Jay is without them, that company is in a lot of problems in the pandemic. Because the story that they told, and it was a pandemic story, but the story that they told was riveting. It was one of those things you really wanted to follow, because it tugged on a lot of family emotional heartstrings. Like, you're watching brothers die for each other and fight off a big bully that's ruined their whole childhood and fucking dictated their lives, and you're just fucking praying Jay will live through this and don't kill Jimmy, and then he uses Jimmy as a fucking tool to win against Jay. And there was a whole fucking finish of a match where he's killing Jimmy and Jay has to say, I quit, to save his brother. And I'm going, this is gold. Who wrote this? This ain't Vince McMahon. There ain't no way. Like, and I don't think it was, because this is when he was going through his sex allegations the first time too.
Yeah, that's when he first got booted out.
That was I don't like Roman Reigns programs mostly. That was my favorite. That was a very good. I was into that shit. I wanted Jay to win that so bad. But they did it right by not making him win. Like the bully has to win on that. But that was it was a good story. It was a good. Now you got fucking Jimmy acting like a clown, putting football references unironically into sentences where they don't belong.
Yeah.
Which I love so much, by the way. Audible ooze. What? There was one. I'm on the injured reserve list. What do you mean? I'm off the injured reserve list. Is what I meant to say. He's good. He's good.
Right,
I like
boys.
the way the company's going.
I'm a head off.
Yeah, I think we're good. 220. We covered everything. What else can we say? We
Happy
won
Super
Cody.
Bowl week, everyone.
Yeah. God damn it. Go Niners. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know who I'm pulling for here.
I think we'll do
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do a pre-game on the Super Bowl. Could definitely do a post-game, but I think Monkey Thursday will do NBA trade deadline / Super Bowl betting extravaganza.
Yeah, Thursday. What 9 o'clock?
Yeah, same old time.
Thursday 9 o'clock. We'll do a pregame. Well, a trade deadline show. We'll do some bets. That sounds good. That sounds right.
I'm be too busy cooking.
Yeah, exactly. Cooking some terrible fucking bets that'll lose us all of our mortgages.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so see y'all later. We won Cody. Go 49ers. Fuck Taylor Swift.
Damn right. Amen.
Amen.
MVP.
MVP.
Peace.